Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Today, personally, I'm very excited because when I got to know about this functional mushroom, specifically Cordyceps, I was having some apprehension, some confusion, some maybe aspects which was not clear. So, thanks to Azoth Biotech and thanks to Mr. Khurana and Dr. Singh that I got that clarifications. And today we thought to have another session, a detailed session with all of you. So thank you so much again for joining. Thank you so much again for supporting us in all the initiatives. Myself, Dr. Piyush Jineja, founder IndianVedyas.com, BharatVedyas.com. Welcome all of you in this very informative session today. We have Mr. Akshay Khurana, founder and CEO of Azoth Biotech, and we have Dr. Raghendra Pratap Singh, who is the Chief Scientific Officer with Azoth Biotech. And we'll be talking about the functional mushrooms today. Specifically, the focus will be on the cordyceps. But as you will understand about functional mushroom, there are so many other mushrooms like lion's mane, reishi, and many other, which have a very significant and impactful benefits on our health. So till now, maybe most of us think that mushroom is a vegetable or mushroom we eat as a food. But mushroom is also a superfood sometimes. Mushroom is also a medicine sometimes. Mushroom is also a supplement, and many other aspects are there which you will get to know. And when we start getting associated with any company, you all know that we do some internal validations with our doctors, with our centers, and we did some internal validations, and we found that so many. I mean, you can say that these days so many people have cordyceps in their labs and they are doing it artificially. The original cordyceps comes from the glacier, which is having a challenge right now in terms of the cultivation or maybe the extraction and all, which maybe Dr. Singh and Mr. Khurana can also touch upon that what is the difference between the cordyceps which is coming from the Himalayan glaciers and their version. But still, we all know that it is helping and it is working in many health issues. And as a clinician, as a doctor, we always need good premium quality ingredients. And Azoth Biotech has excellence also for this category. So without wasting much time, I will hand over the session to Mr. Khurana and Dr. Singh. We are looking forward for a very informative session today, next around 10 to 15 minutes. And I request all of you to post your query and question in the comment section as we are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and many other platforms. So please post your query and question in the comment section. As soon as the speakers will conclude the presentation, we will start taking the questions and queries afterwards. And the company is also looking forward to associate with all of you in B2B and B2C models, wherever you want to connect and take it forward. And our model, as you all know, is a 0% commission model. So we'll be happy to connect you with them directly. So please let us know if any that kind of interest will. I'm very sure that after this presentation, many of you will definitely wants to at least try and have a feel of these excellent mushrooms which these people have. So thank you so much again, Mr. Khurana and Dr. Singh, for supporting our platform, for joining us today for this session. And over to you for the detailed information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Juneja, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to present ourselves at your platform. You are doing some very good work, and we are humbled and honored to participate and partner with you. Thank you for this opportunity. Um I would like to thank you all also for attending and giving us time and taking out time. And without further ado, I'd like to jump in and introduce what we do. Azoth Biotech, if we could go to the first slide, please. Azoth Biotech is a revolutionary biotech company. We're developing innovative technologies using mushrooms. Mushrooms have gained a lot of prominence worldwide over the last couple of years. I should rather say re-prominence, because mushrooms have been mentioned in our Ayurvedic texture, scriptures and our texts as well, and for thousands of years, and contain multiple references which show a profound understanding of Ayurvedics in the ancient times of these medicinal mushrooms and their benefits, and taking a leaf from our Ayurvedic learnings, we dived into developing novel technologies, and we are presently the largest cultivators of medicinal mushrooms in the country. Our technology is completely organic. We are certified organic. Nobody, we have patented extraction technologies, developing the highest bioactive concentrations of these mushrooms in as compared to in the entire world. And we are doing this with namely three mushrooms that we are dealing with right now, medicinal mushrooms, and we are vertically integrated. We do their own cultivation, and we do our own extraction. And our extracts are available in multiple formats like liquid format, powder format, etc. For and They are extremely beneficial and extremely experiential. So I would like to invite you all to dive deeper into the technical side of it. But I would like to invite you all to try them, as these extracts are in their purest format than anywhere else in the world that you will get. We pride ourselves because our vision is to promote human health and provide the best quality products. Uh, so I'd like to hand over to Dr. Singh now, who will take a deep dive into the technical benefits of these various mushrooms that we have, and how you can benefit from them, and how your patients can benefit from them as well. Over to you, Dr. Singh.
Thank you, Akshay sir, and thank you, Dr. Juneja. I'm welcoming to all the clinical practitioners and the respected badge. So, as Akshay sir has demonstrated, that we are basically working on the functional mushroom. Basically, we are working with the microbiota. Microbiota is the basic requirement to generate any medicinal valued component. That might be a molecule, or it might be a cumulative molecules. So with this concept, we are basically tackling the three functional mushroom. One is the Cordyceps, and another is the Risi, and next one is the lion's mane. We are right now targeting these three in a prominent nature. However, some others are also we are tackling. But matter is that how and why we are basically working with the mushrooms, functional mushrooms, and how we are correlated with the clinical activity. Even several research articles, papers, data, they are showing that yeah, it is validated. It is good for the health. It is good for the immunity. It is good to fight against the disease. But how? That is important, because why we are going to use? You must need to know completely the mechanism, the molecule, the interaction, everything. So if we start to talk, uh, whole human community, every time is thinking that might be a reign of immunity. If the reign of immunity happens, surely our body will be fight with different type of bacteria, fungi, or viruses, or some other unknown, unseen protozoans or any others. So, but the immunity are basically the two types, type 1 and type 2. The type 1 is the cytotoxic function, eradical tumors for clinical intracellular pathogens, and 2 for the fight against the inflammation, interbiological interleukins, antiparasitic, and the tissue repairs are. So it means if we have a such type of immunity, surely we are free from a range of diseases. So the key point is the immunity. So for the immunity, a several type of plant material, several types of IP based, BP based, USP, National Formulatory, United FDA, WHO. Everyone is focusing on a molecule. That might be an antibiotic, that might be some compound that be generated by the chemistry, by a synthetic process, or by the biological process. But most of the molecules are basically derived from a least startup, biological material. That might be a mycoplasma, or actinomyces, or streptomyces, or bacteria, or fungi. So why? Because they have the simplest structure, and they generate a molecule that have a potency with a lower kilodalton or lower dalton, that ability to penetrate and bind an actual target and cure a particular disease. So in human body, the type 1 and type 2 immunity is very balanced. Once the balance has been disturbed, you are immediately catched by a disease. Any disease has been catched only if the balance has been disrupted. So here our motto is to maintain such type of balance. But how we are going to maintain a balance? Because if you are going to take a single molecule that cannot generate a complete range of immunity, that cannot maintain a complete physiology of human body, that cannot maintain or regulate all the enzymatic activity. So that's why in the search of this thing, we find a plethora of reports related to the Cordyceps militaris. So Cordyceps militaris is not a very new thing. It's the oldest. In 16th century, it was documented in Bulgarian historical events. The pupils, they have some type of spots and splinking that was denoted as a Cordyceps. So, but in 1993, one of the athletes, Wang Junxia, has recorded 9 world record in Chinese national games. So that time people was thinking how a particular lady had immediately gained a 9 world record continually. So they tried for their doping test, but they didn't get any negative compound. So finally, they analyzed and they find that she is regularly taking the Cordyceps militaris. So in 1993, immediately people think, what is Cordyceps militaris? However, in 1957, it was well known that a molecule cordycepin has already isolated from the Cordyceps fruiting body. So if you are talking about the cordyceps, cordyceps contain a range of molecule. So first we are talking about the cordycepin. Cordycepin is the deoxyadenosine. Deoxyadenosine has the property to improve the cellular mechanism. So here we are discussing about a basic mechanism which is very important and globally well known, because everyone is fight for the diabetic problem, everyone is fighting for the obesity problem, everyone is thinking for the energy. So for that, the first thing to utilize the complete carbohydrate that we are going to obtain. So for that, we need a well-functional in Langerhans islands, in which we need to our body need to secrete the insulin in a controlled manner. It must be utilized by the cellular content. So, but matter is that why Langerhans have that degraded, because there is several type of oxidative damage happen. So Cordyceps militaris has the property to initiate the ATP channels, because Cordyceps contain the adenosine. Adenosine has a property to generate the ATP, because the fruiting the our mitochondria has a property to generate the energy coins. For the energy coins, the raw material is the adenosine. In our body, phosphate is randomly available. So Cordyceps provides the adenosine that has precursed by the cordycepin, and immediately your body got a huge compound that is the ATP. So immediately your body started functional very nicely and generate the Ca positive channels. Ca positive channels has the property to immediately secrete a plethora of insulin, but in the controlled manner. So immediately your pre-adipocyte has been started to convert it into the mature adipocytes, and in that time your body had consumed all the excess carbohydrate. So it fights against the diabetes, it fight against the obesity, as well as your fatty liver problem. Now, if we are talking the another problem, the most associated problem with the body is the molecular mechanism, which is basically associated with the enzyme. Because the starting of any disease or inhibition of any disease, everything is basically controlled by the enzymes. So most of the enzymes are basically adhere in a particular cell cycle. In a cycle, cordyceps how help? It improved the GPX level, SOD level, type 2 glycogen, IL, and all the interleukins has been inhibited. And the signaling cascade that was basically from the mitochondrial function. It was also regulated by the Cordyceps militaris. So the Cordyceps militaris constituent that contain a huge amount of different monosaccharides. That saccharides are basically from the keto group, and all the keto group has a small delta, so immediately passed through the cell membrane, and they bind it at a nitric oxide production. They bind it through the LOX, Ca dipositive secretion, and right now they regulate the whole mechanism. That's why if you are talking about the cardiac problem, because now right now if we are looking about the 30% death causes basically due to the cardiac arrest, which is by the bradycardia or by the trachycardia. So brady and trachy both are basically controlled by the potent molecule that the Ca di positive ion. And as you have seen that in the first mechanism and the second mechanism, the Ca di positive is directly regulated by the Cordyceps militaris constituents. So Cordyceps militaris is a well-known material that can regulate your whole enzymatic process and will be smoothen our cellular mechanism. So, if you're talking about the in vivo approaches, we did the in vivo approaches, we did the mice trial, acute and subacute toxicity assay, and we got the very profound and perfect result, and we decided the LD50 dosage. Moreover, in vitro approaches, we did the kidney saline assay on the HICA. On HICA saline, we provided the 10 times higher dosage, we got any negative impact. Similarly, in the in silico approaches, there was 32,000 of gene are available. We have illustrated all the gene, we checked the overexpression, and via this, we found there is no toxicity and all are helpful for different type of molecular mechanism. So this is the complete glimpse of Cordyceps militaris for our general well-beings. But why BR? Because Cordyceps militaris, as Sir has told that, and I also displayed, that is very ancient. It is available globally. Most of them are cultivating. Most of the country are cultivating the Cordyceps militaris. So how we are different? If you are looking about the total plethora of articles, the general protocol is dependent only on a particular chemical substance or some of the vitamins. But here in our protocol, we are avoided any type of chemicals, any type of vitamin adherence. We are just using a specific plant extract that is sufficient to augment the complete growth. Now, in our patent process, what we did, because if you are taking a fruiting body, it contains the huge concentration of chitin and the molecule has been binded inside the cell. So brokerage of chitin cell wall is very hard by the digestive juice. So that's why to fight this problem, what we did, we have generated a patented extraction technology in which we are taking the total metabolome without using any alcohol and all the process at the room temperature. So right now the biochemistry of each molecule is established. So there is no degradation in cordycepin, no complex structure has been formatted. The actual cytoplasmic structure has been taken out by our procedure, sedimentation process, and that has been provided as a drug for the usage of the pupils. So if we are talking about the problem statement, so disease is disease is only the problem for the human body. The first and last, other will be fine, but disease is very hard. So to tackle out the solution by using these functional molecules, as we are saying that we are just talking right now with the Cordyceps militaris, we have some specific data like toxicity study. As I told that we was performed on the HICA 293 cell models and we was performed on the acute and subacute toxicity assay. We didn't have any toxicity. So Cordyceps militaris that has been generated or produced by ourselves, by Azoth Biotech, is completely safe. Everyone can take in any condition. There is no negative impact on your health and there is no negative endemic with any other drugs. Second thing, if we are talking about the anti-obesity, the Cordyceps militaris extract that we were designed, we were applied against the 3T3L1 cell lines, and we got the 30% reduction in pre-adipocyte to mature adipocyte conversion. So it is directly correlated with the diabetes, it directly correlated with the insulin secretion, and it is directly correlated with the fatty liver declaration. Third, the sexual dysfunction. Why SD? Because Cordyceps militaris is basically people known as the Himalayan Viagra. But why it is act as a Himalayan Viagra? Cordyceps militaris has the cordycepin that induced the nitrous oxide oxygenase enzyme and produced the nitrous oxide. So it immediately helps with the air arginine synthesis and smoothen the muscle. So immediately blood flow has enhanced and you have naturally fight against the erectile dysfunction. Moreover, the ATP constituent has generate the most energetic property for the movement. That's why the sperm count has been moved very fast and cell size immediately reduced. So this is very nicely done by us because we did studies. The study is basically a volunteer study and we was taken a two group that 18 to 40 and 14 to 50-year-old, and we got the 30% of libido height in 18 to 40 and 47% of libido height in 40 to 55 years. Similarly, we are talking about the ED dysfunction. The 22% improvement has 80 to 40 years, followed by the 40 to 50 years about to 55%. The sperm count had immediately increased the 13% and 20% in 18 to 40 and 14 to 55 respectively. Moreover, the application, if we are talking about the application, Cordyceps militaris application is very wide. In nutraceutical, in cosmeceuticals, in pharmaceuticals, it's very known, it's well documented. FDA has also launched as an edible and safe category for the Cordyceps militaris. Grass has also been awarded. And the most beautiful is that Azoth Biotech is the single organization that has the 13.6 category of non-specified food license for the health benefit via FSSI. Also, we are certified from the IUS for the production of the Cordyceps militaris extract. So the application, I told that is fight against different type of diseases, and well known as because it contains several antioxidant molecule. It contains the xanthophyls, contains the lycopenes. It contains a range of carotenoids. So it is also act as an anti-aging because it fight against the reactive oxygen as well as the reactive nitrogens. So, and if you are talking about the safety, I already displayed that we performed the most softest and most sensitive cell line HECA, and we didn't got any type of negative impact. So it's completely safe for the elderly, for the young. But we are recommended for the children because why? Because for the children, you need to take under the precautions with some medical practitioners, not by yourself. But after 18, you can use by yourself. So if you are talking, because it's a plethora of molecules, it had different type of value-added, molecules. It act as a, API drug. It can act as a nutraceutical. It can act as a ayurvedical. So is it really available in the market? So we are looking about the global market. We got a huge jump that may be expected within in upcoming 2026. Similarly, in the Indian market, the same type of jump has been observed, and we think that Cordyceps militaris or some other functional mushroom will be gain all the markets in and trying to replace other some synthetic drugs. So this is our team. I think you have already met with the Akshay Khurana sir, the CEO and co-founder of Azoth Biotech. I'm RP Singh. This is our team, and our team, these are the scientific officer. All are the mostly MTech, PhDs in a biotechnology, microbiology, or in biochemistry, or in pharmaceuticals. So thank you very much for your attention and for the listening. So I'm more happy to ask more questions because that can resolve more, and I think that can give a complete glimpse of the Cordyceps militaris.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Singh. I think it was a very informative session. We got comments, in fact, when you started, that it
Uh,
is yeah, please.
Thank you, Dr. Sab. I'd just like to add, in case I was trying to write a comment here, it's not going through that. In case of any questions, you can reach out to us at info@azothbiotech.com. That's info @azothbiotech.com. And we'll be happy to facilitate any queries that you have and take things forward. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ji, Dr. Sab, please.
Thanks for the information, sir. Yeah, it's very important because several queries might become after the discussion. So you just contact us by email, and we are very happy to share the information and details. So I just got a message from Dr. Pankaj Sharma. The dosage of Cordyceps. Yes, sir. We have already performed the LD50 test, and the dosage is about 50 mg twice a day, and the 50 mg is completely bioavailable. So once you just take a few drops in water or take a powder, it's completely soluble. So immediately started to absorb from your mouth cavity. Yeah, it's completely safe for the senior citizen. Yeah, Dr. Suyata, yeah, I got your question. That the cordyceps, the safety about the cordyceps militaris. Yeah, before from the safety issue, that's why we was try to work with the HECA cell lines. We didn't get any negative impact. Even we were provided a 10 times higher dosage on the cell line.
So
Yeah,
many also, yeah. So
one
sorry to
question
interrupt
from
you, Dr.
someone.
Singh. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Singh. So many like doctors and we are getting this question as well. First of all, I think our team has updated the email ID, so you can check if this is right, and we are
Yes,
displaying
correct.
this on the screen. So that thank you, Dr. Manohar Laheja, also for appreciating the session, and many other doctors are sending us the message. I think it was a very good session. First of all, congratulations to both of you. So, Akshayji, how to order? Does company also provide samples to try all these informations, or
Yes, so we
also if you
provide
can?
samples to try it. Just reach out to us on email, share your contact details, and we'll connect with you and take things forward. We provide samples to begin with. Try them. Please let us know your feedback. We'd be eager to hear what you think of them. Please just write us an email and we'll reach out to you. Please share your
Yeah, I
Right.
contact.
got a message, sir. Someone is asking about the clinical trial or research. Sir, we
Right.
are the most research organization about the Cordyceps militaris. If we are talking about the Cordyceps militaris, sir, Azoth Biotech is the single organization who have isolated the indigenous culture from India, and it was genetically identified by the ITS1 and ITS4 region, and the sequence is already available in CBI database. Moreover, we did the cell line assay by ourselves with the help of NIPER and some other reputed organization. And after that, we was also performed the clinical trials on acute and subacute toxicity assay as well as some histopathological assay. Human trial is also ongoing, sir. That's why FSI has given us the certification on 13.6 in a non-specified category.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think overall it was a very informative session, and we are very much excited to know about Cordyceps. I request all the doctors, professionals who will be seeing this afterwards, or maybe who are already joined with us right now. So please write directly. The email ID is being flashed, and you can also let us know if any further query and you need any kind of samples. Please let us know. Our team will connect with you, and they will ensure that you will directly connect it to Azoth Biotech for all the requirements.
Thank you, sir.
And
Looking
the
forward.
ultimate, yeah, thank you. And the ultimate aim and objective is, see, people are having so many health issues. People are having so many problems these days. And if we have solutions like Cordyceps, which is directly coming from the nature, without any chemical, without any side effect, effectively working, and as Dr. Singh clearly mentioned, the entire science. So it's not any hypothetical. It's a gimmick or a say like just for the purpose of sale and all. I think that clarifications have been discussed today, and we are now very much clear that what exactly is the science. So definitely 20, 15, 20 minutes are not enough for several years of research which Azoth Biotech is doing under the leadership of Mr. Khurana, and technically being headed by Dr. Singh. So we understand that. So we'll definitely invite you. If you have more interest, you can visit Azoth Biotech office also. They are based out of Noida. They have a beautiful facility there. You can have a detailed discussion with Dr. Singh and Mr. Khurana also for any other aspect, or maybe you can have a one-to-one discussion. Do let us know. We are always there to help you, connect you, and the aim of our platform and connecting all of you is to spread this kind of information that we have solutions like Cordyceps which can help you and maybe your patients or any other person who are connecting with you uh, in a better way, in a very you can say natural or safe way. And we also need to understand very important point here is, so this is basically the Indian heritage which we, if scientifically mapped and scientifically like position, we can take it to the entire globe as well. The global level requirements are getting increased day by day as far as the natural solutions are concerned. And being an Indian company leading the front in terms of the cordyceps and other functional mushrooms are concerned. So let's support companies like Azoth Biotech to take it forward from here. And looking forward to have many more informative sessions with you, Mr. Khurana and Dr. Singh. It was really an eye opener for me as well. And I will definitely personally start recommending more cordyceps to my patients also after this session. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
So I'm again requesting you all to please send the email for any query, for any clarification, or for any details. Thank you.
Sure,
Thank you.
our team will connect with all the registered doctors, and we will connect with you all of them. Right, sir. Thank you.
First, thanks, sir.
Thank you.